That's all about doubling down. Double down. Come on down. When you get it wrong, don't admit your mistake. Just go all in. I mean, you've seen Liz Hull do it. You've seen John from Crime Scene to Courtroom do it. You've seen that crazy Dr. Susan Oliver on Back to School do it. And you've seen Wes Streeting do it. Just double down when it goes wrong. So, Brewery, I'm just piecing things together. Brewery and JRM were about to get in big trouble for their escapade in calling a nurse a killer and having her shipped off the ward. And rather than admit fault, just double down. I mean, a couple of the clinicians who were involved in it did sign the write an apology letter to her, but it seems like a couple of them didn't. And so they recommend a forensic detailed independent review of all the cases. This would be far more detailed than the thematic review, which is the one Brewery and their hospital done, and would be conducted by two teams independently of each other, specifically with air embolus considered in the pathology. And did you doubt me that they did this? Surely this is where the police got involved. No, not yet. That was later on. They did this. How do I know they did this? Do you doubt me? Thank you for your letter dated 16th of December 2016 in respect of your request a further update regarding a neonatal review. Yada yada yada. On our recommendations, the report was that a further independent case review was required of relevant cases. This is being undertaken by neonatologists from London, and they require a secondary pathology review on a small number of cases before their final report is completed. Well, and I don't have the full report because it is an attachment, but I did get it's an attachment to an email, and I couldn't find it yet on the Thirlwall inquiry. If I find it, if it's of interest, but this is what I've got. Child A. Major autopsy findings were of crossed. So I should mention that this is a report from Dr. Joe McPartland. And they put undated, but I'm dating it for you. Major autopsy findings were of crossed pulmonary arteries, macroscopically, and pulmonary hemorrhage on histology. The baby's preterm collapse occurred soon after long line insertion. However, at autopsy, there was no evidence of air embolism. And no is in bold because this is the report, or at least the summary of the report. We are in agreement that the cause of death remains unascertained. That doesn't mean they don't know. I mean, that doesn't mean it was murder. That means natural causes but unascertained. And so they've confirmed no evidence of air embolism, yet child A, murder, air embolus. Child I, we are in agreement, probably with the original autopsy report, that the cause of death is hypoxic ischemic damage of brain and chronic lung disease of prematurity due to extreme prematurity. Yeah, baby I, she went down for air via nasogastric and air embolus. Same again for O. Pretty much same again for P. Although O was air embolus, she got murder charge for, I think. Again. So they looked at it with murder in mind. I think this is just a summary. I haven't got the full reports, although they are attachments. And I can tell you, there was confirmation that the Trust, this is February 2017, there was confirmation that the Trust had completed the external review of babies who had died since January 2015 to July 2016, 13 babies. This was more in depth than the previous high-level thematic undertaken by the Trust. Interestingly, the external review was shared with the families. So what was I talking about doubling down? Well, hello Margaret. 10th of April 2017. So this is pretty much when the police get involved. Just before them. Yeah, well, I think 10th of April. Yeah, this is when the police get involved. I forwarded Ian Harvey's email to you this morning, which contained the RCPCH report. Now that I've read it, I know Appendix 4 is missing and that it was the original review of the 13 deaths and not the individual case review report that we really would like to see. But it is our understanding that it is the report that the clinicians don't agree with. The clinicians don't agree with. What clinicians could that be? Could it be Steve Breary and Ravi Jayaram? Like, they came up with this theory of air embolus. She's killing them with air embolus. The hospital didn't like it. And then they thought, okay, we better do an independent review. Get someone in from London, specialist in from London, to have a look at it and say, but can you look specifically for this air embolus? They came back and said, no evidence of that. But they don't know, but that's not good enough for Ravi and Breary. So off to the police they go, rather than get a disciplinary for the way they've treated Lucy Letby. And as we know, they went to the police. The police looked at it. The police weren't interested. They were going to close the investigation until they finally went to go and see Ravi, and he pulled out another 6 cases out of nowhere of babies that had collapsed. What a joke. What a bunch of double downers. Debbie double downers.